Hello, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. I am your host, Melrose. And today is Friday, February 14, 2025. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who celebrate and to those of you who don't. People have lots of different opinions about Valentine's Day. But what I will say is that for this Valentine's Day, Venus is in Aries. And so it is a good Valentine's Day for speaking up and being willing a little bit to take action and go in pursuit of that thing that you desire. Okay, so when it's Venus, it's about the people, places, and things that we like, love, and can't get enough of, and our relationships to those people, places, and things. And I really think this is a time of year where we often come around to just sort of give some consideration to those relationships, whether they are going well, whether they could use some work, are we getting as good as we give, and vice versa, or if they're just not worth it anymore, right? So even if you don't do the super romantic holiday kind of Valentine's Day thing, this is a good time to be taking action where you see that things are working or where you see that things are not working, to try to create that balance in those relationships. And I say that, Venus in Aries is in her pre-retrograde shadow. So when we get into Venus retrograde, we're going to be looking back. We're going to be reflecting on these relationships we have with the people, places, and things that we like, love, and can't get enough of, right? So that is going to be, I think, like a 6-week period of sort of reviewing our relationships and thinking about who we are and how we're showing up in relationships. That is coming up. But today is a day when we're getting a little early taste of that, partly because the moon is in Virgo. Virgo is brilliant, it's compassionate, it's solution oriented, and we are in the waning moon. Okay, we're past that full moon in Leo. So in the waning moon, we do reflect. We look back on how well things went for us, what we would like to be able to reproduce for our future accomplishments, and what we could do without, right? So we start to look back and think, okay, I did pretty well in the past month, and this is what I could have done better, right? And so that air of reflection and review is already upon us. Virgo is very meticulous. It really can help us parse out the specific things, sort of weeding the garden, right? Take out the specific things that are not working for us, or, give nurture to the things that are working for us in our relationships. So happy Valentine's Day. There's a little bit of guidance about reflecting on whether your relationships are working and why. And just a heads up that Venus is going to go retrograde, and we're going to be thinking about those things a lot for several weeks coming up pretty soon here, okay? Couple of weeks, Venus goes retrograde. Sun is in Aquarius. This is about idealism. It's about community and collaboration. So, I wouldn't be surprised if there are, for this Valentine's Day, I wouldn't be surprised if there are some multiple weddings, or if there are, communities coming together to celebrate all sorts of affinity, all sorts of love, and all sorts of, romance, but also friendship and partnership and collaboration. That is what the sun in Aquarius is about. I love it that Valentine's Day comes up with the sun in Aquarius, because Valentine's Day, I think we tend to conceive it as just a you and me kind of thing. It's all about your romance and, something that's specific to your private life, but it's something that we're all celebrating at the same time as well. We're all thinking about how we idealize love, not just for ourselves, but for other people, thinking about what we perceive as being, romantic and let's say good forms of loving expression. So we're all sort of in on the conspiracy to celebrate romance, friendship, affinity, and partnerships at this time, and I love that. Today, Mercury moves on into Pisces, and Mercury in Pisces is not the most comfortable fit. Okay, but it can. Mercury is our intellect. It's our thoughts, our plans, our collaborations, how we talk to people, how we sort of move around to get things done. It's our errand running, our routine, right? So Mercury moves on into Pisces, and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It invites us to take a breath. Again, it's inviting us to look back a little bit and reflect. It's inviting us to look within a little bit, to think about sort of who we are and how we're being and how we have been showing up. And again, what has worked for us and what has not worked for us. It's a good time to talk about your dreams. I mean, literally your dreams from when you sleep, or figuratively those dreams you have for the bigger, better things you imagine for yourself. It's a time to be very expansive and generous and gentle and kind with yourself and with others. So that is what this Happy Valentine's Day brings us, friends. And that's all I have to say about it today. That will be basically our entire weekend. So I appreciate you so much for tuning in. I will be back here on Monday to do another reading like this for Monday and Tuesday of next week. But before that, this Sunday, Mrs. Rose and I will be live on this channel at 10 a.m. to discuss the coming week's astrology. And we always also do a live tarot reading at the end of that show. So please join us at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time on Sunday for our live preview of the week ahead and tarot reading. And thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next video.